Hi guys, my name is Ellen and today I'm going to be doing a good old-fashioned haul video. I love watching haul videos. They're probably my favorite kind of beauty video to watch. I don't know why. I think I've said this before, but it's maybe like living vicariously through others. So I have makeup, skincare, and then like a couple candles that I thought I would show you. I have a ton of Burberry Beauty in front of me, so I'm going to start with all of that. I got all of it at Nordstrom Rack, which this is like unimportant to the video, but at Nordstrom Rack I had never really gone to the store before, purchased anything from their website, so I don't know, I was kind of like surprised when I had gone into the Nordstrom Rack store that they had such like big beauty section. I'm sure all of you already know this, but they had like a ton of makeup and like skincare and like body stuff, and I don't know, it was just fun. It's kind of like Target where like you go in there and they have like a little bit of everything in there, like home goods and clothes and all that kind of stuff, but I was very excited about the beauty section, and they had this huge table with like just all of this Burberry Beauty on it. And when I ended up looking on Burberry's actual website, like at their beauty section, I think they might be doing some type of like a revamp, and a lot of their products they are still selling, but a lot of them says like coming soon. So I think they're, as I said, they're doing like maybe repackaging, reformulating of a lot of their stuff and kind of reintroducing all of it then. So I think a lot of the retailers that were selling Burberry Beauty were kind of phasing their old stuff out, and yeah, I guess that's why they had so much of it at Nordstrom Rack. So I got a little bit of everything, pretty much enough to do like a full face of makeup. I got 4 shades of these liquid lip velvets. They were on sale for $6.75. So this first shade is Regiment Red, and this is, I think, the more like orange based red. So I wore one of these shades like right after I purchased all this stuff. It was this shade, actually, Dark Rosewood, and I really love the formula on these liquid lip velvets. It is, as the name states, like a kind of velvety liquid lip. It's a very moussey texture, so it's not completely budge proof the way like a water-based liquid lip is, but because of that it also makes it much more comfortable. It almost gives your lips like a blotted look, like as if you put lipstick on and then you kind of, you know, take a tissue and like blot it. It gives that look to your lips, but it is completely full opacity on the lips. This next one is the shade Military Red, which this one is more of your true blue red, your blue-based red. As you can see, this Regiment Red is much warmer. And then this last one is the shade Oxblood. This one this is probably one of my favorites out of the ones I got. It's such a beautiful kind of dark cherry kind of a color. I'm still really into these vampier kind of colors. When I looked on Burberry Beauty's website, you can actually get all of these shades of the liquid lip velvet. That's one thing that they're still selling, and I'm very interested in actually picking up a couple of the nude shades. So next I got a couple of these contour and highlight sticks. So this one is the Fresh Glow Highlighting Luminous pen, and then this one is the face contour, and they only had one shade of the highlight pen, but they had 2 shades of the contour pen, so I have both shades. I wanted to try both, and this one is medium and then the other shade is dark. So I will swatch the contour pens first. This medium one is actually what I'm wearing today as a nose contour. I thought I would try it out since it is such a nice, like, you know, slim kind of shape. I thought it would be perfect to try and do a nose contour, and it was really nice. It blended out beautifully, and I used it on top of powder. So this one is the shade medium. The dark shade looks like this. So I'll kind of blend out this medium shade a little bit. As you can see, it's been sitting there like a little while, and you still have a lot of time to kind of move it around. The next one is the Nude Radiance 01. This is the Fresh Glow like highlighting type pen. I don't know if you're going to be able to see this very well because it really does have a very sheer kind of a base to it. So you can kind of see it right there. And this one again has the same formula as the contour sticks. Oh, I almost forgot to mention, these contour highlight sticks I think were around $9–10 bucks. Next I got a foundation. This is the Fresh Glow foundation. They had this in a ton of different shades, as well as a matte foundation, and then they had some stick foundations as well. But I thought this one seemed like the formula that I would probably get the most use out of, and I got the shade Ochre number 20, and this was the lightest shade that they had. So that is the packaging. You have this really cool kind of like big cap, and then you pop it open and there's the foundation. So this is the foundation I'm actually wearing today, so I'm not going to swatch this on my hand because it's on my face. And this is actually a really nice foundation. Even though it's called like a fresh glow foundation, it has a very natural finish to the skin. So it's not dewy, it's much more of like a natural satin finish. It just looks very skin-like, and it's more of a medium kind of coverage. So you can wear it more sheerly, but you can also build it up. I don't think you could really build it to like a full coverage, but it just has a really nice natural kind of middle of the road satiny medium kind of coverage to it. I will say in the couple hours that I have been wearing it, it's looked really beautiful. It hasn't changed at all. I did look at this foundation on Burberry Beauty to check out like the shades that they have and if they have shade descriptors, and they don't have this foundation in stock right now, like any shades. This is one of the items that they have like a little thing that says coming soon. Okay, so next I have a ton of these eye color contours, and I think these were either, oh, I think I forgot to say, the foundation was around $14.90 something, so like 15 bucks, and these were I think around $9. And these are basically just eyeshadow sticks, so similar to what you would get from like Laura Mercier. They are really creamy and kind of easy to use, but once you leave them there for a little bit, then they set down and they last really nicely on the eyes. I feel like I said than really weird. Then, what? I love these kind of things for just like everyday use. I just think it's just a really easy way to get an eye look without having to like do primer or, you know, blend, get your brushes out. You can just put one of these on and kind of be done. But I will swatch all the ones that I got. So we have Pale Nude, which is a really pretty kind of taupey pewter shade. And then this is the shade Rosewood. And that shade's kind of interesting because it's much more of like a dusty kind of mauve color. Whereas the name Rosewood, I would think that it would have like, I don't know, a little bit more of a rosiness to it, but it's much cooler than I thought it was going to be. But it's a very, very pretty color, and both of those are obviously metallics. I think most of these are metallics except for one. And then this one is the shade Dusky Mauve, which, yeah, I think that's why I was like surprised by this color. Is this Rosewood shade looks much more of like a dusky mauve color. If I were to describe this, it would be Dusky Mauve, but this is the Dusky Mauve. How many times can I say Dusky Mauve? But this one is much more of like just a very deep kind of muted grayish taupe color. And then this is the shade Midnight Brown. And that is a really pretty, just very wearable kind of neutral brown tone. And then this is the shade Pale Copper. Oh, swatches are starting to get skewed. And then this is the shade Smokey Green. I'm going to try and put it over here. Really pretty emerald green. And then this last one is the only one that I have that's not a metallic. This one's kind of like a matte. And then this is the shade Almond. And this is what I put originally in my crease today. But then I went over it with powder shadow. But I did initially put this in my crease. And this one's kind of like a nice, warm, mid-toned taupe. Okay, so next I got two of these Effortless Kohl eyeliners, and these are described as long-lasting waterproof liners, and they're just like very skinny retractable liners. I got the shade Stone and Blue Carbon, and Stone is, I mean, based off of the name you think it would be a gray, but it's actually a really pretty nude shade. And then the other shade, Blue Carbon, is just a really pretty kind of a metallic blue, or no, sorry, it's not metallic, it's a matte blue. And the formula on these is really nice. I used the shade Stone in my waterline the other day when I was just messing around trying some of the makeup. And they're so creamy. They glide on beautifully and very easily into the waterline without any tugging. But once you kind of let it sit there a second, it sets like totally, and it sets in the waterline really nicely. A lot of waterline shades like that, they just kind of disappear or flake off, and this one stayed in my waterline so nicely. I was actually very, very impressed. It's definitely a formula that, like, if I were to ever pop by Nordstrom Rack, I would get more colors because it's gorgeous. And then I got two other eyeliner type items, but they're in different formulas. One is the Effortless Blendable Kohl, and this one is more of like a little, you know, chubby kohl eyeliner, and this is in the shade Chestnut Brown. And this is definitely a different formula. It glides on just as nicely on, you know, the waterline wherever you put it. I have this particular shade in my waterline today, and you have time to blend it out, and it does kind of set, but just not in the way that these two do. As you can see, this one has completely set down, whereas this one has a lot more time to kind of play and move around. But I've had this on my waterline for a couple hours and it doesn't kind of like move around or run or get like diluted in the waterline. It still looks very pigmented and really nice. So it's a really nice formula as well. Like all of this makeup I've been so impressed with. I do hope that they actually are like revamping and maybe just, you know, kind of sprucing up their beauty line as opposed to just like discontinuing and maybe trying to get rid of it, because all of the stuff I've used has been so beautiful and so nice. Their items are really great and just very versatile and nice. So the other eyeliner I got is also in the shade Chestnut Brown, but this is their Burberry Cat Eye Liner. So it's a double-ended eyeliner where one side is a brush tip and then the other side is actually a shadow, and it's one of those where you have like the pointed kind of sponge tip that's dipped inside of a like shadow cap where the eyeshadow sits at the bottom, if that makes sense. So there is the brush tip, and then the eyeshadow on the other side is like that. So it's kind of like yeah, it's just the exact same color, kind of a deeper neutral brown. So this one I haven't used yet, but I was very excited to find this because I've actually been wanting to get a liquid eyeliner in a nice brown shade like that. So the last thing I got is the Cashmere Concealer, and this is the Flawless Soft Matte Corrector. I got it in the shade Porcelain 01. And this I used underneath my eyes today, as well as a little bit on the chin and in like my, what is this called? What's this? Forehead? In between my brows kind of area today as like a highlighting kind of a pen. And it's one of those concealers that has the little sponge tip, but this shade was not as brightening as I thought it would be. It was just much more of like a very lightly brightening underneath the eyes for my skin tone. This particular shade is just like a light kind of neutral undertone to it. And this concealer is nice. It's a nice matte formula without being like drying to the under eyes, and it's a very thin formula, so it has a nice amount of coverage to it. It's more like a medium full coverage, so you can definitely build it up. And if I'm not mistaken, the concealer was around like $14. I think it was the same price as the foundation. Okay, so moving on to the other stuff I got at Nordstrom Rack. I had actually made 2 trips to the store like over the course of a couple weeks, and when I had gone there and got like most of the Burberry stuff, I bought one of these Laura Mercier Amber Vanilla Body Butters, and this, immediately when I got home and I used this, I was like, I'm making a special trip back to Nordstrom Rack and buying more of them. I ended up getting 3 in all because this has the most amazing scent. It smells so similarly to the Sol de Janeiro Boom Boom. I think it's Boom Boom, right? Boom Boom cream. It's like that very warm, very just like intoxicating, kind of like sensual, just delicious scent that just you want to like eat your arm off when you smell it. It's so good. And the formula on this is so lovely as well. It has that very rich kind of butter, oh my god, I can't talk. It has that very rich body butter that I've tried to say that like 4 times. It has a very rich body butter kind of texture to it, but it's so nice because even though it is like that thick kind of a cream, it spreads really beautifully on the skin, so you don't actually need like so much of it to kind of cover your whole surface area, and you can actually like put clothes on after putting this on. I cannot stand putting like creams on and you have to wait like half an hour before you can put like jeans on or something because it just has this like film over your skin. But my skin is dry and I live in like a dry climate, so I do need something that's richer. So, you know, very thin watery body lotions like don't do anything either. This has just like the perfect kind of rich luxuriousness to it, but actually sinks into the skin and keeps you hydrated. It's just so good. I actually looked on Laura Mercier's website after getting this, and I think she's like discontinuing all of these body creams that she has, because she has a few different scents of these body creams and just like bath items in general, and all of the body creams were out of stock, and I think basically just discontinued. It doesn't look like she's trying to restock them. Hopefully it just means that she's trying to like revamp the line or something. But yeah, I was very sad to see, because if the other scents are anything like this, they're probably just freaking delicious. And these retailed for $38, but I got them for $19 at Nordstrom Rack, so still expensive for like a body lotion, but compared to what you would pay for like the full price, or even like the Boom Boom cream from Sol de Janeiro, it's about half the price. Oh my god, it smells so good. Oh, and it sunk right into my skin. Like there's already no residue on my skin, but my skin feels so soft. But anyways, I'll move on. Okay, so next I got some candles from Bath and Body Works, and they had their single wick candles on sale. So I bought 3 of their single wick candles. I much prefer getting their 3 wick candles, but I refuse to buy them when they're not on sale. So since these were on sale, I thought I would just buy a couple of these to kind of hold me over until someday their 3 wick ones are on sale. So this one, I took the sticker off, but I believe it's the scent Marshmallow Fluff. And I had to make sure that at least one of them I got had like some marshmallow scent, because the marshmallow scents from Bath and Body Works are my favorite, like Marshmallow Fireside. And this one is, it's different from Marshmallow Fireside, but it does still have that kind of like sweetness to it that the Marshmallow Fireside one has. I really like this one. It adds like a nice sweetness to the room without being cloying, you know? And then the other one I got was Limoncello. And this one's really nice, very fresh, lemony scent. I mean, I'm sure you've heard of this one before. This is one of their standard scents they always have around. And I love this one. I always get this one because it has a very fresh, but like very nice kind of zesty lemon scent to it. I don't like things that are like citrusy and like orange. I don't know, I don't like orange flavored things or orange scents, but this one just has that perfect crisp lemoniness to it that is just great for having like in the kitchen to kind of counteract like cooking scents, if you know what I mean. Definitely look up the notes. That one's just really nice. If you like lemon scents, you would definitely like that one. And last I got Mahogany Teakwood, and this is again one of those scents that they have like year round. And it's a very masculine, like almost cologne kind of a scent. It reminds me so much of an Abercrombie store. I'm sure all of you have been into an Abercrombie. I mean, I grew up overseas, and you don't really find Abercrombie as much overseas, or at least where I live, you don't find Abercrombie stores. But when I smelled this, it reminded me so much of just like an Abercrombie store, like coming back to the States during summer break and going and like being in high school or middle school and like buying Abercrombie clothes and feeling like so cool. And I always felt like the people who worked there like looked like so cool, like they were always like older than me, like in high school, and they were like they were always really pretty. And this just, I don't know, this just reminds me so much of the scent of an Abercrombie store. Like it's very specific, but also very delicious, like a very masculine scent while still being kind of unisex, you know? And then last from Bath and Body Works, as I said, I had one of those little coupons that was like get a free like travel size something under $7, so I just grabbed this hand cream, and this is the Strawberry Pound Cake hand cream. God, I cannot speak. But they had a candle in this scent as well, and I assumed I wouldn't like it because it's like a baked good kind of a scent, but I could actually see myself really enjoying this candle because it's such a, I don't know, it has such a like childlike scent. Not a childlike scent, it reminds me of my childhood. It smells to me just like a strawberry shortcake doll. I don't know if any of you are even gonna know what I'm talking about, probably, but it just reminds me so much of like strawberry shortcake, and it smells like how she would smell, like you're burning a candle of her scent, which sounds very weird, but it just, I don't know, it reminds me of like just a very childhood kind of a memory. Like even though it's a baked good scent, that kind of strawberry scent kind of cuts through the baked good scent, and it's not like a fresh strawberry, it's kind of like a synthetic strawberry, but in like a very fun way. I don't know, I would definitely get that candle because it smells really nice. And this is the first time I think I've tried their hand cream, and it's nice. It definitely sinks into the skin nicely, but it does actually moisturize the hands. I don't like hand creams that are like too oily, but my hands are so dry that I also can't use, again, like very thin watery hand creams because they do absolutely nothing. So it's actually a really nice formula of hand cream. So that's everything I got from Bath and Body Works. And then next I got a couple things from the Influencer app. They basically, if you don't know what it is, they send out free products. Like they'll send you an email with a survey in it every once in a while, and then you fill it out, and if you get chosen, they will send you certain products for free, and in return all you have to do is basically leave reviews on certain websites. And they sent me a couple things from Sunday Riley. So this is the Clean Rinse Clarifying Scalp Serum, and this is the main thing that I think they were trying to get reviews on, because this is the newer kind of launch from Sunday Riley, whereas Good Genes is something she's had around for a really long time. So the Good Genes I have used in the past. I didn't reincorporate this into my routine right now because I'm using tretinoin, but I've used this in the past like many times. Like I've gone through 2 bottles of it in the past, so I know very well how this works, and it is a really nice serum for chemically exfoliating the skin. So if you do suffer from like enlarged pores or, you know, acne or anything like that, I think this is a much better way to exfoliate the skin than a physical exfoliant. The Clean Rinse I had never used before, and I was really actually nervous to use this because I have red color treated hair, and if you don't know anything about red color treated hair, it's like the most finicky hair color. It's always just like the color never lasts. Every single time you wash your hair, it looks like you're literally bleeding because the water will turn like red or pink, and it fades quicker than any other color. And so I was really scared about using something that was meant to like basically exfoliate the scalp, because I thought that would just completely strip my color. But since I did need to review it, I wanted to make sure that I gave it a good test. And you're basically supposed to use this in parts. Like you part your hair and you put it on and you leave it for 5 to 15 minutes. And it is supposed to basically help, you know, get rid of, you know, if you have dandruff or any buildup of product on your scalp. It was much easier to use than something like a scalp scrub, which I find scalp scrubs can sometimes be very drying to the hair and kind of like difficult to get in sections. Whereas this was very easy to use. You have like the squirty top and you just get it right in there. I did feel like almost a teeny slight bit of like tingling from it in the scalp, but nothing uncomfortable. And I found that it didn't like strip my color more than any regular wash would, so that's definitely good if you have color treated hair. It has glycolic acid, salicylic acid, rose clay, vitamin F, zinc, PCA, vitamin B, witch hazel, and jasmine. I only wash my hair once every like 3 days or so, so this is only something that I would use every couple weeks. When I did use it, I felt like my scalp felt nice. It felt clarified. I didn't have any flakes or anything like that, so you know, it didn't irritate my scalp, but I can't say that I saw like a huge difference in my hair. Like, you know, it didn't feel like suddenly uberly silky or anything like that. It just, you know, it felt nice. So this is definitely something that I will have to use more to create like a very solid defined opinion on, but I will definitely continue using it, and if you're ever interested in the future, you can definitely ask me and I will let you know. I have one more item. I actually realized I forgot to show you this. It's also from Nordstrom Rack, and this is the Becca Shimmering Skin Perfector Slim Light in Champagne Pop, and it's basically the exact same thing as the Burberry highlight stick that I showed you, except it's in, you know, the famous like Jaclyn Hill Champagne Pop shade. So it's just a nice concentrated little cream highlight stick, and this is what I have on my inner corners actually, so hopefully you can kind of get like a good look at it. My son's like making a lot of noise out there, but yeah, it's just a really pretty nice cream highlight stick. I can definitely see myself getting a lot of use out of this. I've been very, very, very into cream products. So right as I was trying to actually end this video, my SD card filled up, so I had to like import some of the footage before I could film an outro, and I went downstairs, ate a piece of pizza, and took my earrings off because they were hurting my ears. They're so heavy. They're so cute, but they're so heavy. But yeah, I think that's everything. I realize as I'm looking down at some of the stuff, basically like 80-75% of it is stuff that I couldn't actually like link down below for you to get yourself, since it's like discontinued things or, you know, things that are not in stock. But if I can find somewhere where you can take a look at the stuff, I'll definitely link it down below, and maybe check out a Nordstrom Rack. Maybe they would have some of this stuff, because I feel like I got some amazing, amazing finds for like such good prices. I'm sure all of you like shop at Nordstrom Rack all the time. I don't know why it's a store that I have like basically never gone to before. So crazy. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe, and have an amazing day or night wherever you are. Bye!